Thank you, President. My question today is for the Minister for Veterans. In what is the final step towards medical approval, a major study in the US has shown that MDMA brings relief to those suffering from severe post-traumatic stress disorder. Those who received MDMA in a test group experienced a significantly greater reduction in the severity of their symptoms. 2 months after treatment, 67% of the participants in the group no longer qualified for a diagnosis of PTSD, compared to 32% in the placebo group. We know about 17% of military veterans suffer PTSD within the first 4 years of discharge. It's unacceptably high, and new treatments such as MDMA could have real benefit to them. Could you commit today to working with the Minister for Health to ensure that any barriers to treatment can be overcome so as PTSD treatment that includes drugs such as MDMA can be used?
Minister.
Can I thank Ms Patten for her question and her interest in the welfare of veterans. I think I'll answer her question up front that, look, Ms Patten, I can commit to getting more understanding around this particular issue. I freely admit I'm not an expert in MDMA, but I think that the point you're making is that we need to look into it and research it. So I commit to getting to that point, and I also commit to having a conversation with the Minister for Health. I'm not too sure if I can commit to alleviating the barriers straight away, but I think that it's a really important point that Ms Patten's making, and I commit to doing the work. And it's an area I was recently at Phoenix, Australia, in Heidelberg, who are doing some amazing work in this area and have created some software around identifying people that have got PTSD in as far as some visual prompts. It's amazing work that they're actually, they're doing, and I was actually privileged to see what they're doing, and really pleased that our government is supporting them in their work. It is an area, and I can't disagree with the statistics Ms Patten has mentioned. It is an area that we need to do more work in, and I think there's some areas that, as a state government, we could probably do more. As far as I'm not saying that veterans would have PTSD, but they have. I think it might be a lot of cases of depression and returning from different combat zones, and a number of conversations I've had with some more contemporary veterans. I had a conversation with a veteran in Gippsland who spoke to me about, there's good days and bad days. I had a conversation with a veteran in Ballarat, that amazing story where he was in a dark place and decided one day he'd like to get into beekeeping, and got a hive and joined a group, and it broke him out of his dark place, and it worked his way back into society. So there's a lot of work we can do. As I said, I'll commit to doing the research, getting my head around this, and talking to the Minister for Health.
Ms Patten on a supplementary.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you for that commitment, and I commend you on the work that you are doing with veterans, and certainly seeing you speak at the rally the other week was impressive. But a leading Victorian psychiatrist specialising in trauma, Dr. Ellie Kotler, recently received approval from the TGA to use MDMA as part of psychotherapy for a patient in Victoria suffering from severe PTSD, and he got it under the TGA's Special Access Scheme. Having received TGA approval, Dr. Kotler then applied to the Secretary of the Victorian Department of Health under Section 33A of the Act to permit to treat this patient in Victoria with MDMA-assisted psychotherapy, but he was refused. This is an example of the red tape that we do need to cut here. So I'm just asking, as by way of supplementary, will you address Dr. Kotler's case with the Health Minister when you bring the matter of PTSD MDMA treatment up with him?
Minister.
Once again, the answer is yes. I will endeavour to get my head around this particular issue and Mr. Kotler as well, and his issue around it as well. This is an area where it's far past my expertise, and I'm one in this chamber to actually admit when something is beyond that. But I thank Ms. Patten again for the question, and also as far as the medical research, I want to thank Minister Pulford, who's just indicated to me that in her responsibility in that area, she's happy to do some work as well, particularly around the MDMA as well. So thank you.
Mr. Statement, Minister.